Hello. Welcome to Pathologic. All that should have worked. Yep, we switched over. Alright, nice. Hi everybody. We're back. Missed a week, but we're back. Let's do things. So, last stream we finished up day 5. Hello, NRSD. Day 5 consisted of a lot. Sabarov has been using his powers over the local militia that he only kind of has. The militia is definitely ready to rebel at any moment. They've been clear about that. But he's been using them to arrest people willy-nilly all over the place. And among them was Artemi Barak, the horror specs, who is working on an actual cure for the plague, a panacea. But we needed him for our own purposes because we're still working with Ruben to make a vaccine. And we learned a lot. The plague burns out of bodies very quickly. Dead tissue is basically no good almost immediately, which means whole sections of town that are covered in the plague by the next day may not be, and could be totally safe again. It burns hot and fast through everything. But that also meant that in order for us to make a vaccine, we needed blood that still had life in it. We needed a still beating, infected human heart. So that was our mission yesterday. As a totally unrelated thing, Anna Angel was afraid for her life because the local hunchback knows her secret that they both were part of a band of roving child murderers. But to ensure her safety, she wanted us to blackmail the hunchback with that knowledge to guarantee her safety, specifically to get paid to guarantee her safety. And with that knowledge, we found that the hunchback had a daughter named Willow. She's a young woman who likes to go dancing, and he doesn't approve of it. And also, he was real creepy. Super duper real possessive and creepy. She snuck out in the middle of the night and wanted us to find her. We did find her. She doesn't want to go back, but for us to get paid, we convinced her to meet with him one last time so that she can tell him herself that she's not coming back. So we arrange that meeting. We get Artemi out of prison by hiring Bad Grief's gang to kill the town watchmen that were protecting him. And we killed some too. And then we got him out and said, hey, you're a Menku, Artemi. You're allowed to cut bodies. If we do it and anyone sees us do it, or even suspects us of doing it a little bit, we'll get literally torn limb from limb. Can you get us an infected human heart? And Artemi's like, I can do that. Meet me at this place at night. I'll make sure to find somebody who is going to die soon anyway. That place was the same place Willow was supposed to meet with the hunchback. So when we go there, we find some dead city watchmen and Willow dead with her chest cut open and her heart infected and still beating. We pull the heart out of her body and deliver it to Ruben. And Ruben is delighted. He says this will absolutely work. He says sometime today, day 6, Ruben should have the vaccine ready. So that's the best news on the plague. Yes, an RSD. Definitely a moral iffiness, let's say, around all of yesterday. After the grisly deed, we went back to the Hunchback to let him know, I'm sorry, your daughter was infected and then was killed by the Ripper, who is Artemi. He's the local serial killer, but probably a good guy? Just a misunderstanding. But it's far easier for us to say, no, it's that serial killer, than I hired my doctor friend to murder your daughter. And the Hunchback started going crazy with plans to burn out the sin from the town. So I'm sure we'll be dealing with that here real soon. We technically owed Anna Angel half of the money we made from dealing with the Hunchback, but we obviously didn't get the full payment because we got his daughter killed. But I went to her with the money I did have, and she was delighted that the Hunchback's daughter died, because the whole I'm scared for my life thing was some ruse to get us to get revenge on the Hunchback for something she wouldn't tell us about. So not great there either. But the good news is we're basically at full health. We've got a good chunk of money. We're hungry, but I think I've got some food and we can afford food today. And we're still not infected, and that vaccine should be ready today. So that's what I'm looking forward to. As a very, very weird side thing on day 5 yesterday, a lot of women in town were complaining about the exact same headache. That didn't amount to anything. Aspity had the headache. Laura had the headache. Katerina had the headache. Ava downstairs had the headache, but nothing seemed to happen to any of them. So maybe just spooky. Maybe something going on with one of the other characters' storyline. I don't know. Okay, I think that's the full recap. We got this letter from the powers that be for day 5. Let's read it. And so the microbe was captured. The formula for the vaccine has been discovered. Judging by the reports we have received, this is the keystone of your strategy to halt the outbreak. However, if you would allow us to remind you the conditions of your agreement, your strategy should also accomplish the final goal, which is to reveal the source of the disease and destroy it, to make reemergence of the epidemic impossible. Seems to me if we get everybody vaccinated, that would cover that, but okay, fair enough. Maybe it's something that might spread. We do have trains. We don't want an outbreak to happen somewhere else. You gave your word that you would wipe the disease from the face of the earth, and this is something we would like to count on. Even more so since your investigation of the carrier hypothesis suggests that the outbreak was a matter of contingency. We approve the direction your investigation has taken. Everything seems to be in line with the expectations we had of you. The only circumstance we find regrettable is that you did not manage to destroy the creature earlier. We hope you will deal with the source of the infection tomorrow. After it is done, you should report your success to the Inquisitor and return to the capital. Back at the Thanatica Laboratory, you will find a special decree permitting you to proceed with your private studies as well as equity to provide for whatever research costs you may incur. Okay, that sounds good. That's the whole reason why we came to this godforsaken town. So it's good to know that if we go back to our lab when all this is over, we'll be free to do what we want and we'll get paid. So that sounds nice. No new letters for today. Nothing on the quests for today, which I'm not too surprised by. We are hungry, but otherwise we're looking good. We are looking okay. What is our food situation? I have milk and an egg, but we have almost 40,000 coins, so we'll see about getting more food.
The Inquisitor will hold you responsible. You'll have to show her the source of the disease.
You know, I'm almost happy now, my dear Daniil. I found a way to help you. But hush, for now it's a secret. You have a peculiar look in your eye, Ava, as though you are not quite yourself. Have some sleep. You must be exhausted. I don't know what Ava is planning. I just really want her to stay inside, especially since right now her district is infected. It's almost 7 o'clock, which is when people start really being able to talk to me. God, frickin'. And my plan is to check in on the usual suspects. We'll go talk to Canes. There we go. All ends in less than 7 days. The emissary arrives tomorrow. Death toll nearly 1,000. Masters offered several possible sources of the infection to choose at his discretion. Okay, the Canes area is not infected. Okay, that's good, because the cathedral is supposed to be like a shelter. Freaking almost got caught by super plague. Let's not have that, please. Thank you. Okay, it is just after 7 now. Let's talk to people. We'll check in with the Canes, and then I think we'll head to Ruben. He's most likely to have anything for us. See if he's got that vaccine ready.
I feel almost nothing.
What happens now? Olgimsky will try his best to burn the girl at the stake. Talk to her. You're the least likely to fall under her spell. Perhaps she'll tell you something of interest. What girl? The exorcist girl. Clara, the psychic. Sabarov's pet. I had no idea the Sabarovs had an exorcist at their disposal. Seems to be that one psychic should have been enough for them. She was staying with the Sabarov family first, but then they presented her with her own house. She's too afraid to stay there alone, though. Said the girl keeps hiding in the foulest slums this town has to offer. Apparently, the disease does nothing to her. Clara is immune? Could I have known that 3 days ago? Is she being tracked down already? What for? Now that Simon is no more, these witch hunts lose all purpose. I've learned everything I wanted to know. My brother was alive until the very end, when he was turned into the smallest of shreds. He is alive even now. I did not find Clara, so I don't know if she had a headache or not. How do you know Simon is alive now? I assume we're being poetic here. I talked to him today. He needs a new body, and we shall provide him with it. What? Can Georgie Kane just talk like a person one time? So you'll require more blood spilled? No, nothing but optics. There is a place that would allow us to retain the memory of him, to focus the sense of his presence. A kind of a chapel where one would be able to enjoy his company. To focus on him. Okay. Okay, very useful. Good. Thank you, Georgie Kane. I'm leaving now. Clara is going to get burned at the stake? If there is a girl who's immune to the disease in this town, we cannot burn her at the stake. Whatever else, we can't do that. I just got a note from Victor. Troubling news, Bachelor. An accident of disastrous proportions has taken place in the cathedral. At least 1,000 people have died. The town is ripe for another murderous witch hunt. Please come see me as soon as possible. I'm here. I'm here. Victor, I got your letter as I walked in your door.
Someone's desecrated the stone yard tombs. The scoundrels.
So yesterday you managed to capture this disease? Or so I've heard anyway. The town is abuzz with horrifying rumors of people being dissected alive. Obviously, I don't believe those. Right, who would believe that? The more dangerous kind of rumors are, it turns out, those about you acquiring a sample of infected blood. Quite so. The bacterium has been caught and encased in glass. I didn't do it on my own, though. I had help. More importantly, they say you are now able to track down the shape-shifting disease carrier, comparing their blood to that sample you obtained yesterday. If they are one of the townsfolk, it can't be that hard to recognize them. Also true. This is a witch hunt in the making. As if dim-witted blackguards murdering women in the streets wasn't enough, it seems that our governor is now inclined to extend his greedy reach toward the town's notable people. Several young women stand accused after the cathedral business. Okay, what happened at the cathedral? A disease carrier got into the cathedral last night. Everyone inside... Everyone? The whole shelter died overnight. Human or spirit, it's very clear now that this is an individual who can walk and is probably quite malicious. Many people are reveling in this particular certainty. Why? An inquisitor arrives tomorrow. It seems to me that someone wants to dispose of several young women before his coming. Presently, the sword of justice hangs suspended above Yulia and Lara. They have been arrested on Sabarov's authority, but Vlad Olgimsky hasn't been idle either. If the girls survive until tomorrow, the Inquisitor will establish the truth, but someone is eager to get ahead of him. Yulia has done literally nothing the entire game. In fact, the one thing she was going to do, force herself to get infected and then take a schmouter, I stopped her from doing. Otherwise, she has stayed home like a nice lady. Lara did attempt to establish a shelter that then got repurposed into an isolation ward, but she has taken that up. Laura also possibly, maybe, convinced someone to destroy the water supply by accident. It was a misunderstanding, as far as I can tell, but I could see holding Laura accountable for that. What does Olgimsky have to do with this? The Olgimskys claim they can prove the girl's innocence. Perhaps they already know who the real culprit is. Somehow, I have no doubt about that. I've heard the criminal is being kept inside the termitary. Okay. So, and if what I understand from Georgie is right, Vlad Olgimsky got a hold of Clara and is keeping her in prison in the termitary because they think Clara is a plague carrier, which is why she's immune, and she broke into our shelter, infecting everyone and killing them all overnight. That's what's been claimed so far by the Canes. I will talk to Olgimsky. That's today's quest. I have to locate the cause of the outbreak. I mean, the powers that be seem to keep suggesting that the plague is on purpose. I don't think I buy that at all. Can I check the cathedral? Alright, we saved. Okay, there's clearly some dead, but there's some alive. There's been a horrible tragedy. The disease has found its way into the cathedral. How did it happen? At first, we didn't quite realize what happened. When the screaming began, we were in no hurry to open the door. When it became apparent that something horrible was happening inside, when the banging on the doors began, we knew then that the isolation ward has succumbed to the same fate as the termitary. Right, these people were outside. These were the people who were guarding the shelter, isolation ward, whatever. They seem to be using those interchangeably, but I disagree. The overseers saw it fit to keep the doors locked for now. The agony lasted about an hour. The place was chock full of people. Why was their death so fast? It wasn't. They did not die. They were simply unable to move anymore. Those who were still capable of walking had been transported to the theater. Hospital. The feverish ones remained here. The overseers took care of them, taking the dead to Earth. They think it's their fault that the casualty rate is almost absolute. This needs to be investigated. Get on it right now. Hi, Raven. This was my shelter. I, for one, do not believe that Cathedral Girl was a Mara. I think her intentions were good. They ran out of food and water by that time. She must have been trying to feed the weakest. Perhaps there was something on her clothes, or perhaps it wasn't her at all. Okay, the Olgimskis are in charge of distribution. Yes, an RSD. It does take... It's fast. But it is like 48 hours. And like, if you told me someone died in 12, fine. But everyone here died in an hour? Insane. Also, okay, the shelter started running out of food. We have a system for that. The Olgimskis run the meat factory. And they're supposed to be in charge of the food and drug distribution. So, like, now I gotta talk to the Olgimskis for two reasons. Why are you trying to burn Clara at the stake, and why was the shelter running out of food? You have all the food. Yeah, and it had its own water supply. Even if it was out of food, they could have lasted 3 days because they have their own clean water supply here. That's why we were using the cathedral. Okay. I am not interested in asking what the breakdown in the supply chain was. I will talk to Olgimski about that. Who is the girl that got in? There's like 6 of you in charge of making sure nobody gets in. Some girl or lady infiltrated the cathedral at night. I've heard people say that she descended from above, but I think she must have slipped through the entrance, having tricked the guards. The poor thing must have been so scared, and see how that turned out. Didn't I tell you to guard the cathedral extremely vigilantly, to not, under any bloody circumstances, let anyone in or out? You people are absolutely impossible. Yeah, no, I'm with Daniel on this. Why are children in here? The salty liquid was neither water nor tears. The foul man-eater sprinkled someone's lips with blood. That's what she did. Notkin told me. In the age of the blind aurochs skin, there used to be a rite that worked just like... What in the hell are you talking about? I'm talking about blood. We obviously have to find her now. How hard is that to grasp? What? Ever seen blood? Warm, salty, infected? That's what it was like. Do I have to spell it out for you or what? The only upside is that the witch has been seen. Now we're on to her. We got a typo. We found a typo. The plague infiltrated the cathedral. Hey, Raven. I'm glad you dropped in from Taco Tuesday. I'm glad the margaritas were tasty. Margaritas are tasty. Okay, they woke up in the morning to find out that there were only two types of people in the cathedral, the dead and the soon-to-be. Tried to force the doors, both the lucky and the not-so-much, but no can do. No unauthorized exit. And here you go. 500 stiffs. Thankfully, at least none of our guys were inside when that happened, those dumbheads. Okay. Does anybody have any actually useful information? What? Okay, this little girl says that her mom and her never went into the coffin. Her aunt almost talked us into it. What coffin? Last night, Ava fed salt water to the people in the cathedral. Ava? Everyone who drank it died. Those who didn't got infected and died too. Those who tried to escape the place and run away weren't allowed to because it's forbidden. Ava? She said she found a way to help me, but what? Or Yulia. All in all, it's either Anna or Lara. Okay, you have no idea what you're talking about. Okay. Probably not Ava, but I should probably ask her, hey, did you take salt water to the cathedral? I feel like everyone's just still stuck on the Shabnaka deer nonsense. That was a blind hunt, but now we have all kinds of signs. We just have a suspect list of every notable woman in town. Please, someone give me actual evidence I can work on. How was there no water? Yeah, at least if it's a you know, a mythical creature, I understand how it got in. Was a nice girl. That's what I've got. My description of the girl is it looked like a woman and she was a nice. Okay, nobody has any details for me at all. Frick me. Okay, we're gonna talk to Maria Cana. She's here. And she's a psychic. Now, Maria has not been named as one of the suspects. Hold on, I need to read this because in RST you have 100% nailed it. We have guards and a no entry policy, but a woman got in. There's a well, but there was no water. We were fed salt water, which was also infected blood. Everyone died, or they didn't and left. The culprit is a woman, any woman. Yeah, they're fucking great. Jesus. Also, we're going to start burning women at the stake if you don't solve it. So I guess that's what I'm doing today. It's technically my job to figure out what the source of the plague is so I can hand them over to the Inquisitor. So I guess if I figure out who it is, we could have this whole thing wrapped up tomorrow. But it sounds like, first, nonsense, and secondly, a weird, honest mistake? Alright. Maria.
The caprice of our temper is even more whimsical than that of fortune.
Tomorrow everything will change. Tomorrow the Inquisitor comes, so yes, everything will change. I agree with that. I feel a powerful surge of life force. How strange. I expected to be overcome with it on the first day when Simon died. It's only happening now. Time to begin? Begin what? Nothing of importance. I love seeing how unexpectedly, peculiarly, and precisely every omen, prediction, and foretelling comes true. It's time for me to begin fulfilling my duty. Seems like my time has come, Bachelor Dankowski. Cool. You want to give us a prophecy? That's your job, right? I don't know yet. Great. Fucking thank you. Stay inside, sleep. If you're not going to be useful, stay inside, do nothing. I guess I should question Ava while I'm around. Dodge plague rats and stuff. Ah! That came at me while I was saving. Can I juke that from this quick save? Probably not. I'm gonna try like maybe 2 more times, otherwise I'm gonna load before the cathedral. I'm not in the infected district yet. You're not supposed to chase me out here. Okay, fine. Walk through the cathedral. Oh, okay, Raven. Good luck not dying of the plague. That would be good. Definitely do that. Do the not dying. Alright, we'll walk through the cathedral. Talk to everybody. Get absolutely no information. Talk to Maria. You know what? We'll skip Maria. That'll be the advantage we get. Okay. Got information from the cathedral. Quick save. Talk to Maria. No, skip. Nope. Skip Maria. Find Ava. Don't die to the plague. Ava, are you aware you are being accused of a man-eater plague demon? Are you?
We sometimes differ more widely from ourselves than we do from others.
The suspect is a noble young lady. What if someone points the persecutors in my direction? They already are. Tell me what happened. Tonight, an unknown young woman got into the cathedral. She walked among the sleeping and kissed their lips. Her face was hidden under a hood. Her body was wrapped in a loose-fitting cloak. Still, when she bent down to the sleeping, someone recognized familiar features. Who was it? That matter remains mysterious. Maria believes she was recognized, but the people there refuse to call her by name to protect her from imminent punishment. There are few women in our town that would be sacrificed life and soul for. Those who worship them so much could offer her shelter out of love. So you are a woman worthy of sacrificing life and soul for? I don't know. I doubt that. Nevertheless, I'm afraid. Someone whispered by my windows at night, pressed their faces to the glass, and peeked inside. I was very scared, but I forbade myself from turning the lights on. That is wise. Okay. Ava doesn't really have an alibi, but she is scared for her life and has done basically nothing so far, and I have no other evidence. I doubt she would confess to it. Let's talk to Maria now that Ava has said she was recognized. Let's see what Maria has to say. And then we'll work our way towards the Olgimskis. And I need to check in with Ruben at some point today. And I need food. Need to find a food shop in a not infected district. Maria, they say it was you.
The Sabarovs have disavowed.
Okay, nothing from Maria. Cool. Cool. Alright. Is there any chance the clothing shop has gotten surgical masks and full body suits? By any chance? Can I get a Catwoman costume, please? No. Can't say I am all that surprised. But, you know, thought I would double check. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna head straight there. We'll definitely check in with more people as we go. But for now, I don't see a reason to detour. Except to buy food. Just got a letter? Olgimski, Vlad, sent me. Artemi Barak, with whom we share a relationship based on mutual trust, has told me that you have the key to the mystery of the Shabnak deer. Does this mean that you have identified Simon's killer? If that is the case, Doctor, allow me to request your assistance with a sensitive matter upon which many innocent lives depend. Respectfully yours, Vlad Olgimski. Vlad. I have not eaten fresh meat. I don't know if that is any good. We will save and try it. That worked out and I don't seem to be sick. Okay. done. Vlad has mentioned working with Barak a couple of times already. Because Vlad works with the locals, the steppe people. He had a better relationship with Isidore. Kinda looks like the district Vlad is in is infected. I agree. Artemi is a friend to the steppe people, and Vlad exploits them. No disagreement there. So many letters today. Capella, the young Volgibsky, says, "My father will be looking for you today. Please come see me before you see him. I have something very important to tell you. Rivers of blood were already spilled, and more will be spilled today. What if one of the victims is someone you care about?" I mean, you guys are right next to each other. I can see Capella first. That's fine. Yep, their district totally infected. Dumb rat. I don't know if that was a threat, from Capella. It could have just been a plea, an attempt at an emotional plea. She is a child. A very well-spoken child with a modicum of power. But we'll see what she says when I'm actually there. She has helped me so far with the Schmouters, so I will give her the benefit of the doubt for now. What? This man is setting things on fire. Excuse you? Right. Bye. Bye.
I feel a current in my veins.
The fire starters are planning to attack the termitary. Did you know that? Why? They want to burn out the infection. They believe that is where it's crawling from. You can hear most horrible rumors about the termitary these days. My father doesn't even want to move a finger. You could probably take advantage of the arson if someone was to set the termitary afire. True. That's just a true statement. Do not say so. Oh, I really, really want to believe that. That father has nothing to do with this terrible plan. How did you find out about it? My brother somehow did. He seems to care, truly. He is dying to stop them personally, but he doesn't yet know how. I only hope there will be no dying. Okay, I'll talk to Vlad the Younger. That was sort of on the list of things to do anyway. Somehow, I don't think I'm going to make a lot of progress talking to Big Vlad about not burning women at the stake.
Who dared defile Victoria's tomb? Beasts. Mindless swine. I would have strangled them if I could.
Do you know what happened in the cathedral? Yes, Saburov insists that it could have been either Laura or Yulia. I'm sure both are innocent, though. Either Anna Angel or a criminal harborer called Aspedy must be the culprit. Am I correct in assuming you must be familiar with both of those ladies? I am familiar with both of them. Aspedy's weird and creepy, but she's not a killer. Anna Angel definitely is, but I kind of feel like she got everything she wanted already. She wouldn't be actively infected. Like, she wants things like revenge and money. And she's very targeted. Mass death isn't Donna Angel's thing. That doesn't feel right. Well, you've got your ultimate proof, a specimen of infected blood. Go ahead and compare it against their samples. Did Barack meet any of those ladies the previous evening? We don't know. Barack has gone completely silent. He must be rotting in some pit now anyway, poisoned with his own achievement. Okay, so you knew Barack was working on a panacea. You think he tested it on himself, and he is now dead. I somehow doubt that. Why do you think it was them? They are outsiders. They wish us ill. Anna and Aspity? Aspity's been here. She is not an outsider. What? Anna, fine. I'll check their blood up, but this is nonsense. Okay. So I'm going to take the blood of several women in town and compare it to the blood from the infected heart that we have. You have anything else for me?
Many a mickle.
Oh, alright. Let's put... Everyone seems really sure about the woman getting into the cathedral and infecting a bunch of people thing, so it was definitely someone, I guess. I want to get to Vlad the Younger. So we'll turn right and go through the warehouse district. Can I buy food off you? Price of 10? Okay, warehouses are clean. Rats here still, though. We'll go poke in on Ruben. A lot of rats. Okay, I think I got bit, but not infected. Sadly, rats are not food. Nope, not fighting you. Thanks. Ruben. Do you know about the blood situation?
We'll have to part our ways soon, friend. Remember me kindly.
What do you mean your life has come to an end? Any crime warrants punishment, and what I did was a crime regardless of what good intentions I may have had. Take the vaccine. I'm going to see Georgie. That is suicide. I did what had to be done, but it won't spend the rest of my days trying to not to look at the canes in the eye. Come on, take it. I want you to have my treasures. I won't need them anymore. Don't go, Ruben. If you care about my opinion at all, I'll stay. I will need your help.
It'll take them a long time. Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna reload. And try that conversation again. Ruben's concern, I guess, is that he has used Simon's body to develop this vaccine. He thinks the Canes are going to kill him about that, which I believe he's right about. That tracks. But is he... He's not one of my bound, but he's the closest thing the town has to a doctor. I knew you were going to do this. Give me the vaccine and go. I'll make sure to put in a good word for you. Okay, if I do that, he does actually give me a lens? I have a flower I don't
I haven't
need.
slept for 3 nights straight. I don't think I'll manage another one. I'd rather not go looking for another hideout.
Okay. Give me a lens? I don't know what to do with that. Oop. Where am I going? Glad the Younger. That's kind of about the Termitary. Please, no rats, no robbers. Thank you, good sirs. Glad the Younger should be able to sell me a map about the infected districts too, which will be useful. Just got another letter? No. Oh, it was just the sound of me opening the map. Never mind. Took a little damage, but I think that'll be worth it. Those guys all get into a fight. Oh, they're not fighting. Oh god. The lag that happens when those guys throw fire bombs. Definitely an issue. The lens might be for that microscope, but I couldn't seem to interact with it at the time, so I don't know what that was about.
Interest speaks all sorts of tongues and plays all kinds of characters, even that of disinterest.
The exterminators are planning to storm the Termitary. Stop them. What? Well, I know who they are. How? They can't stop the assault itself, but the informers who reported that to me said that at 10 o'clock, Var the Hunchback and a few others will be around there to scout out the area and look for a way to pry open the barricaded entrance. Did you mean to say they reported to your father? No, a partner of mine. Okay, what are you going to do? They're going to gather at the Termitary's entrance after dark. When the Hunchback approaches the hallway, he needs to be shot. I think it would be best to lie in wait there. All this time I've been looking for someone brave enough to do this for a sizable reward. A reward from your father? No, from me personally, 10,000. Okay. Sounds like Vlad the Older is still involved somehow. Not sure how. Okay, so I guess we go back to Vlad the Older. Then we start hitting the women we need to check. Talk to Sabarov. Works for me. Does seem like Sabarov and the Olgibskis are making things difficult. Not a fan. Bottles of water, that's a whole bandage right there. Is this next door opened or abandoned? Take that meat. All right. I feel like I'm struggling relatively hard with the food at the moment. I don't know if that's lethal, but I feel like if I miss something, it could get very bad very fast.
Yes?
Do you know the arsonists are planning to attack the Termitary? Don't you want to stop them? Even if they had catapults, they wouldn't be able to damage these walls. The Termitary can withstand straight-line artillery and bombardment. What if they get inside? Then they'll regret it bitterly. For goodness sake, why don't you get back to looking for the carrier? If we figure out who the bitch is, tomorrow you'll leave the town a winner, and the Inquisitor will take the townsfolk's lives into his skilled hands, including the lives of the Termitary's inhabitants. What you're saying is you're planning to do exactly nothing. I won't move a finger. What could I possibly undertake? All my servants, mercenaries, and household members who still have the courage and the strength to meddle with the sort of affairs. Some of them are dead. Others have joined the bandits. Household is not the only source of those. The Keynes fellows have started a gang too. They're mugging marauders. Despair is making everyone grab their knife. They're fighting each other already. What is happening with this family? What are they trying to cover up? The younger acts as though he is ashamed. The older fails to convince me of his ignorance. Apparently I will have to take care of the Hunchback myself. Alright, that is at 10 o'clock tonight. I guess Aspity first, then Anna. Work our way out that way. Aspity first, just because she's kind of a pain in the butt to get to. You beat that man while you were on fire. Okay. Employee of the month. Ooh, and a fish. I will buy both of those. Starting to use up my money, but sounds like Vlad the Younger will pay me a good chunk of money when I kill the Hunchback. And the Hunchback might be a little bit my fault, so, you know. Frick. Okay, the flying blood angel plague clouds are a serious problem. Yeah, I was gonna say, 100% had me. I did not have any distance there. It's funny how much more dangerous the plague clouds are when they just charge at you twice. I see that that is all the difference, but it's making things significantly harder. How am I supposed to dodge you? Go away. Screw that trash man. Frick! Oh god. Load. This quick save, please. I'm reloading regularly right now. I'm trying to get through a neighborhood. Propane Panda, what did you miss? So many things. Someone broke into the cathedral, you know, that we were using as a shelter. Witnesses claim it was a woman who, frick, either fed salty water or gave people bloody kisses, infected everyone in the shelter, and everyone there died nearly immediately. And so a new witch hunt, fresh witch hunt has started, where people are planning to burn her at the stake. Frick. I'm dead. Yeah, I'm 100% hit there. Yeah, nobody seems to have any reasonable description of the woman, just that it was definitely a woman, and probably a significant one. And on top of that, Sabarov seems to want to kill several women in particular. But it kind of sounds like the old Gimskis want to kill several women in particular, too. Alright, so my plan this time is to actually duck into a building. Okay, get in the shop, get in the shop, get in the shop. Frick! so far, Laura, Yulia, Anna Angel, Ava, Maria Kane, and Aspity have all been named as potential suspects. But because yesterday we got that infected heart for Ruben from Willow, we could test their blood and compare it to the infected heart blood that we have. I'm gonna duck in, duck back out. Change spawns. Yeah, no play cloud this time. Haha, how you like them hack skills? You're open? Sir, do you know what it's like outside your shop? Ava is on my bound list. At the very least. Though I am definitely going to try for the super ultra secret endings where I save literally everyone, so. Okay, Aspity's area not actually infected, it's just the place between. Hey, do you have rifle ammo? No, I feel like I'm going to need rifle ammo. Is there anyone that I believe did the murders? Honestly, no.
What?
Aspity, you are accused of being a man-eater. They will come for you soon. What is a Shabnak? It's an evil spirit wearing women's flesh over its bones. Shabnak can be detected by several distinct signs. The arms are too long. All of its toes are the same length. You can see teeth peeping out from under the skin. What makes you think I want to know this? Well, you seem to be trying to catch him. Give me your hand, Aspity. I've got a hunch he's standing right in front of me. Need the blood. It's considered an other item. I don't need the cell key anymore, probably.
What?
I'm going to hard save. Alright, we have a sample of Aspity's blood. Ava did say she was going to try to help us in a secret way, but I also don't believe she left her house. Like, I don't think she's done that yet. Not that she has a watertight alibi, but it seems like most likely she stayed at her house and heard creepy people stalking outside because they suspect her. Clara is honestly the most likely suspect for me. She's the one I can't keep track of at all. And both Clara and Artemi keep getting in my way. The Samarovs seem to think that Clara is immune to the plague, which means she could be a carrier. So if someone was going to sneak in and accidentally infect 1,000 people and kill them overnight, that seems reasonable. Anna! Child murdering bitch, can I have your blood?
They say Inquisitors can do anything. Their power is unrestricted.
Anna, you were accused of what happened in the cathedral. It wasn't me, it's Clara. It was her, it's all her doing. Even the Sabarovs have acknowledged it. They're horrified, I've been told. Torn apart between affection and duty. Katerina has torn her clothes to pieces, hair unstrung, wallowing naked at her husband's feet, begging to spare her daughter. I mean, I absolutely do believe that Katerina is capable of this kind of thing, but I don't know if we believe Clara is a carrier immune to the Sandpest, but someone suggested it, and I don't see why not. That's entirely possible. Why Clara? No longer than yesterday afternoon, she bragged she knew a secret passage into the cathedral. Moreover, she was planning to get inside. Go ahead and find her. It's her doing. Why is it that every time something ghastly happens in this town, there's always a finger pointing at me? Gee, well, I think because you tricked me into killing the Hunchback's daughter, sort of sideways, you were really glad for it. Also, you have a history of mangling children. So, yeah. Give me your blood. I don't think there's any point in threatening her. Just give me the blood. I have nothing to be afraid of. I just don't like the sight of blood is all. Ouch, why does it have to be so painful? Are you taking so much? I'm going to faint. You're trying to kill me, you butcher. But I'm not guilty. I feel like both of these are threats. Both of these are threats. Okay, I have her blood. Anna's blood and Aspidy's blood. It's all the blood I've picked up so far, right? Just the two? Yeah. Okay. Really concerned about leaving a quest item somewhere. I don't have room for an empty bottle? Frick. I should sell some of my other junk the next shop I get to. Won't be for much, but... Stamatin, you good? You good?
How's my brother? Any news on him?
What's the news? Yesterday, young Barak drew someone's blood swarming with pest. Did you see it? Yes, I studied that blood myself. But Barak has disappeared once again. The only person he's having relatively regular business with is Fat Vlad, but he's denying the fact. He says Barak comes when he pleases and doesn't keep him in the loop. So whose blood has Barak taken? Any ideas? The governor got it into his head that Barak has found the man-eater. They had a meeting yesterday. Saburov said that he's been trying to evaluate the suspects all these days to no avail. Big Vlad believes Barak's efforts to have been of great service. They can compare blood samples now and find the carrier. Who did Saburov evaluate? He would hardly dare publicly announce the name of the person whose decisions he's relying on so completely. So that's a ranged girl. Saburov thinks she's a saint. Katerina has adopted her. This is Clara. What can I do to help? I don't believe there's a man-eater. People always want to find a whipping boy and always end up whipping the innocent. The circle of suspects has already been established. Don't let them decide anything without your consent, okay? Tell them you need to personally check anyone they're planning to kill. I will try. That's true. You're a shop, right? You buy things off me? You do have... Okay, here. Take these rings for money, please. Watch. Yeah, I don't really have use for the bone necklaces. Okay, selling a bunch of random junk. How much does Twilight Ring sell for? That's pretty cheap. I'll pick up one, so I'll have two. The guards like the Twilight Ring at least. And they carry actual food. I have no need for coffee. Okay, inventory cleaned up. face for more people's blood. It sounds like no matter what we do, we need to get a hold of Clara today. I don't know if she's a Shabnakadir clay demon, but we need to check out her blood. Maybe we can at least clear her of suspicion. Still going the right way. And ask her if the rumors are true about her being immune. That would be great news. Just let me know that.
Who knows what the creature that lives under the theater is? I don't like rumors that have to do with my wife.
You already know what happened in the cathedral? Yes. Tragic, but at least it makes our jobs easier. The man-eater rumors turned out to be true. If we catch her, things will get better. I don't want to believe it's Lara or Yulia, but the evidence is too obvious to just let them walk, isn't it? Did you order to arrest Lara and Yulia? I'm going to. If we fail to establish which one of the two it was, both are going to the dungeons to wait for the Inquisitor's arrival. So the culprit was identified. Some of the dead in the cathedral were clutching expensive items. Infected, of course. Some belonged to one, some to the other. I feel that unless I interfere, you will kill all of them. I will check their blood. Aspity gave her blood with derisive confidence. Perhaps in the way of stepwoman trickery. I mean, she's weird, but Jesus, that's racist. Okay, Lara and Yulia's belongings were found in the cathedral. What about Katarina? Well, there's the changeling.
It's so cold.
What do you mean, have you met the changeling already? They threw you out, and now you are here? Yes, will you kill her? She's after you too, and about to get you. You only managed to avoid it until now due to a single little mistake. She who? Changeling. The changeling. She's the spitting image of me. Only she's a ghost, a demon. She is not at all, not human in the slightest. A foul, evil killer pretending to be me on purpose. I'm looking for her everywhere. It was she who brought the disease, on purpose. Okay, well, the powers that be seem to think it's on purpose. I don't see a reason to think about that. Clara is suggesting that a demon who looks just like her has brought the plague to this podunk town in the middle of nowhere on purpose. What in the world are you talking about? She spreads the disease from house to house. That's how it gets through walls. People open their doors to her willingly. Those gullible children, they think it's me. I only found out today. People are attracted to her. They want her to lay a hand on their lips, on their heart. They want to touch her. And who are you then? I'm Clara. the instrument of the miraculous power that is beyond the realm of humans. They call me the Harbinger Angel. Who calls you that? There is no such angel. How do you know? Who are you to speak of high heavens? You, the man that is stuck in the dimness of rebellious arts and the horrors of heretical teachings? Step away from me, bachelor. By the power that's been bestowed upon me, step away. You have no power over me.
What is there to talk about now?
I feel like I'm going mad. What did I do to deserve so much hate? So many hearts have taken me in already, but now? I didn't get her blood. Okay, reload. I'm not getting out of this conversation without taking her blood. I don't care, whatever nonsense. I need to test her.
I'm sick. The world is going dark.
Are you sick? That would be very helpful for me right now. Come closer. Please catch this loathsome creature. She's scared of you. She knows you've already almost killed her. Help us. Don't make me resort to force. I'm going to take a look at your blood now. But you don't have a single needle. How are you going to puncture my arm? Apparently all my needles are gone? I'm not a thief. Never have I ever taken anything that didn't belong to me. But if you find some, do come back to me. I'll be waiting. I'll show you my blood. Just catch and destroy that creature. Fine. Okay, what?
I'm afraid I'm of little use now.
I hope this changeling gets caught soon. What a despicable creature. A product of the steppes' insanity, made of bones and clay. Who's standing there? The girl? That's not her. How could you think that? Don't you see? This is my foster daughter, Clara. That's the one I'm looking for. But she's not guilty, don't you know? She is a saint. She is helpful and kind. She heals people. She already dragged more than 100 men out of their graves. Cool. I want her blood. Sounds like an RST. Katarina thinks the changeling is at least some kind of demon, Shabnak or otherwise, and that the changeling is not Clara. It wasn't her, it was some changeling that walks around under the guise of our sweet girl, but we drove her out, and she crept to the cemetery. Proper place for this creature. She nestles there under the wing of the insane Grace. Our daughter can't stand her as well. I need to take a sample of her blood. No, it would be extremely impolite of us to besmirch her with suspicion. If we, through our distrust, offend the grace that lives within her, she will lose her miraculous abilities. No, never. She will remain here on my responsibility. My spouse and I vouch for her. I declare this girl grounded. I assume the town hall and the governor's house are equally reliable in this respect. The girl must stay here until the Inquisitor comes for her. No miracles until Karminski arrives. It'll be Orf, not Karminski. Karminski was recalled. He's needed in the field. As far as I understood, a certain delicate operation requires a hanging judge and a punisher. How in the world is Orf unsuitable for this? I don't know either of these two. Okay, so yeah, the lead is the evil changeling that looks like Clara. is hiding out in the cemetery under the watch of a girl named Grace. Okay, I'm gonna get Yulia and Laura before I head to the cemetery. That's what I'm gonna do. Now we're gonna check on my boy Peter, just to see what's up. Peter, you good? There's a lot of shit going on today, and you do not seem involved, which I'm grateful for, but...
We fear everything, old boy, as mortals do, and desire everything as if we were immortal.
Okay, nothing going on with Peter. Happy about that. And yeah, an RSD, I agree with you. If I go to the cemetery, don't find the changeling, come back to Katerina, and Clara's not there, someone needs to get arrested or executed or something. Like, I need somebody to have some accountability. I already don't trust the Olgimskis, the governor. The Canes are going insane. Empty bottles. Hey, do you have rifle ammo? Nope. Just drugs. We are at least not starving at the moment. Although I am recognizing I'm doing a lot of work here for free.
I should let some fresh air into the room, but I don't feel like it.
It's done. Victory is within my grasp. The disease may be fought. Okay, that doesn't go anywhere. This feels so suddenly out of character for Daniel to describe a literal monster and then say, just kidding. Okay, we're dealing with a bacterium of very distinctive type, although I have to admit I've never seen anything like it. It propagates extremely quickly. It's truly unbelievable. However, I have a theory already. An infection like this can only be spread by a living being, in whose blood the bacteria procreate at an insane rate. I do not believe that the host realizes that at all. Make note of how the disease behaves. It burns bright and then burns out very quickly. Why? The bacteria that have already escaped into the open will expire very soon. They can't survive without living blood. And whenever they find blood, they immediately deplete it, to consequently perish like fish out of water. Okay, yeah, find the guilty party and burn them. This part, that's up to the Inquisitor. Can I have your blood?
She doesn't look like an
I apparently can't get her blood. I also couldn't ask her about her possessions. Talk to Laura. I agree, Narasti. In this situation, more people should have nothing going on. Like, there's a plague outbreak. People should be staying home and doing nothing. Oh, I might actually be out of needles. You're right. Now, I've got 15 needles. Those are sewing needles, but it's not like I had syringes before. Any food or anything in here? Medicine, I'll take free meds.
Was it a month ago? I can't remember.
I came to check on you. I've been thinking, do you think this evil can be punished at all? If it has neither a source nor a carrier, how can it be stopped? It's dissolved in the things that can neither be cut nor burnt. This challenge is beyond human capabilities, isn't it? Tell me, does the Inquisitor arrive today? Why do you ask? The purpose of the Inquisition is just that. They exist to do the humanly impossible. It's the only way to justify their horrible license. Rumor has it, we've been sent someone particularly sinister. Is that true? Perhaps it'll be Orf, that owl of a man. He specializes in calamities of dramatic scale. Famine, riot, epidemic, drought. Orf is an alias, and no one knows his real name.
My lips are too dry.
Okay, I don't actually see any food here, but I did get those alpha tablets. I can't seem to get Lara's blood either. Not that it seems like it really matters. Alright, cemetery. Easiest way would be to get a long way around. Also really wondering about how anyone knows the name of the Inquisitors. Okay, so this district was infected, then was empty of anything but burglars and rats, and now it's normal again, so that's good to know. Stuff does return to normal if given enough time. I don't know what the distinction between Inquisitors would matter. It's an Inquisitor. It's not a good thing to deal with there. Alright, we'll go all the way towards the Termitary and then head south past Aspity. We'll avoid all plague districts that way. And head straight to the cemetery. It kind of feels like this is all leading to me taking the Clara, not Clara's blood. What's my way? Okay, yeah, through here. Rats. I just got a note from Sticky. Sticky says, I've found the carrier of the disease. I've tracked the carrier down. Come at once while it's still relevant. P.S. I went outside because they brought me yesterday's vaccine. Otherwise I wouldn't have left the room, I swear. Sitting tight now. Okay, well, I'm right next to him. Please tell me you actually have something sticky. That would be freaking very helpful for me. Direct punk. Are you actually outside somewhere? Oh, there's a front to the house.
Have you heard what happened at the cathedral? Holy cats!
I found the carrier. Track the carrier down. Go there at once, or you'll miss everything. Who is it? The Shabnak, the lucid-skinned ghost. I told you before, this is it. I'm sure this is it. It's kind of bodiless, and it killed a man just by looking at him. We have to catch it. Okay, there are no demons. But if Sticky saw somebody kill somebody else in a mysterious way, I guess I gotta check it out. Where did it go? It's somewhere near the abattoir. I was going to run looking for you at once, but luckily I stumbled upon a courier to send me the letter. Right now it's probably heading east towards the rotten field. Okay. Yep. Trail of the Shabnak. Maybe it'll be like a Scooby-Doo type thing, where someone is using the myth of the Shabnak to commit killings. That would track. Well, that looks bad. Get 'em, boys. What, you're just... Get the dried fish. Worried about spending too much money on my food, but this should be enough to get me through a whole day. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the cemetery, we'll talk to Grace, we'll talk to the Changeling if that's a real thing. Take their blood. Go up that way. Want to avoid it. You got any rifle ammo? You do. Price of 2. Take this bracelet. I'll take that bullet. Thank you. Okay. Anyway, I think I'll call it for the stream after the cemetery. Whatever happens. Next time, I mean, we're right near the abattoir, so next time we'll go demon hunting, I guess. Your Grace.
Why don't they bring anyone here? So quiet.
Have you seen Clara? She's hiding in the infected part of the town, most likely. Or maybe somewhere by the station? A terrible person is coming from the capital to execute her tomorrow. She wanted to hide between the carriages, then slip onto a train and leave, but didn't want to do it without saying goodbye to Murky and Sticky first. Grace, does Clara have a twin sister? Shabnakadir's made a habit of pretending to be Clara. She came to me once, talked to me. I didn't realize it at first, and then I wondered, why was she so tall? I looked down and saw it. She had no feet, just broken bones sticking out of her shoes. So scary. I was so short of breath, I ran away. And she had such an evil scowl, laughing. What did she say? Lots of things. She even mentioned you. She was looking for you. She wanted to lure you into a trap, to fool the doctor. Said the doctor's not so smart, that she fooled everyone, and she's going to fool him too. Turn his needles into hooks so he won't prick her hands. That's definitely what the Clara by Katarina did. Okay. So, I guess we go back. Next time. We'll end the stream here. Next week, we'll go demon hunting around the abattoir, and then go hunt down Clara. If Katarina has let that Clara go, shoot her, I guess, and deal with it from there. I am definitely getting frustrated with the people of the town. Very, extremely frustrated. Like, the cathedral has one door and a big open field around it. I don't know how anybody sneaks in, no matter who they are. Okay. That'll be the stream for today. I will be back next week. We're gonna go Doomslayer on a Shabnakadir. Looking forward to it. Until then, thank you so much for watching. You all have a wonderful rest of your night. Bye, everybody.